Happy Christmastide Stakes Day here in Maryland. Of course, I'm Callie here with Keith. Keith, we had some prices yesterday: $16.20, $11.20, a $90 winner, $10.80 to wrap up our prices. But you hit the early pick four yesterday.
Yeah, we were able to get that done on a $24 ticket. Paid okay. You're right. We had some prices. $90 on the first-time starter, David Howard, a trainer that's kind of emerged here over the last year or so. Comfortable win, I thought. So looks like they got the money. I would hope, because the horse kind of won fairly easily. I mean, under a steady drive, but did it in a way that it was well prepped and ready to go. So hats off to those guys. We got a big card. I know we're running a little late. A lot of late scratches. We had to alter course, do some handicapping, flying down Route 95.
Yep.
So the cops, thankfully, were not out today, or they would have got me. Temperature 47 degrees. Track is fast. Like we said, 11 races, 6 stakes races. We've been waiting for this. Really good card. Took a hit on a couple of these races, unfortunately, but let's get started.
Let's get going in this first race. This maiden claiming 45 for the 2-year-old, going 5.5 here. Keith, you've got a stat. Let's go right away to that stat on the number 4, duck pins for Robbie Bales.
I hope I put. There we go. It's all right. Duck pins. You
duck
know,
pins.
You like duck pins? Duck pins are 10 pins. I like the duck pins. You go up to Greenmount, bowl up in Greenmount, and you roll a few games of ducks, and then you go over and bet the horses at the OTB. So that's a good combo. Real quick, duck pins. Robbie Bales. It's been a good move. The last 3 years on the dirt, 5 for 16, 31%. Second off of this type of layoff, Callie. 288 is your ROI, and I think duck pins. Really good try off the break last time. Indy bound, just was dead tenacious there. This horse made a move, ranged up, couldn't quite get by out of key races. I think 5 next out winners out of that debut try. I give an edge, slight edge to duck pins. Lays a little closer today because Landon Jack with the blinkers going to be on the engine here with Toledo. I got 4, 6, 3, 1 in the opener. Let's roll to the second.
Let's roll ahead to the second, where we have Keith's early pick 4 that, of course, he hit yesterday. Let's take a look at that early pick 4 ticket that you've got today, Keith.
It's a little bit cheaper cost here today. This early pick 4 is only going to be, I believe, $12. There you go.
Not my ticket.
To get you started. Yeah, yours a little more expensive.
Mine is
you got
much more
expensive taste. You know me. I'm Jack Luskin.
I got tougher races, though.
El Cheapo Fustel, they call me. 9-10, too deep to get you started. Race 3, 1, 2, 8, 10. Single, race number 4. Brittany Russell, Prince of Jericho.
There we
Gotta
go.
like
Easy.
That.
Easy
Race
single.
5 with a 1, 4, 5. There you go. Wraps it up for a $12 ticket. See if we can go back-to-back on these early pick 4s.
The early pick 4 starts in race number 2, which is claiming 16, never win 2, going 7 furlongs on the dirt. Scratch, Pudge Boy Palace. Keith, you end up landing. We both land on the number 10 on the outside, Aristocat.
Aristocat, I like this move. Back up in class, going to go like 4th off the claim here for Ferry, but put it together last time. He's the controlling speed from the outside. I like this move. 309 the ROI when making this type of 50% jump up in claiming price for Tony Ferry. It's underneath. I've got a question because I'm going to key the 10. I think with a good break, he kind of goes out there like auspicious lad yesterday, sets the pace and digs in. Star Shopping, second off the claim, like this one last time. Slower flow, needs a little bit more pace, but I think you'll want to see an improved late kick for the 9 Star Shopping.
10-9-4-8 for Keith Fusel. I go 10-8-7-2. Race at number 3 is a maiden claiming 12-5, going 7 furlongs on the dirt for the 2-year-olds. And, of course, we both land on Best Choice Baby, the number 10 on the outside again for Tim Keefe. Gets Charlie Marquez. Charlie Marquez had a nice winner yesterday.
Yeah, Tim Keefe, first time out. It's always been a rough stat for him, right? He has a little trouble getting those horses to win first out. Hey, it happens. But you know what? Patience. Second time out a little bit better. Third time even better for this barn. It's a profitable one. Best Choice Baby stumbled at the break last time, was able to recover, closed in nicely against a lone speed type for Trombetta. That was that horse that was dropping out of some good races up at Parks. And Best Choice Baby, I think if it kind of takes to the fast track, I think she will. I mean, he will. I think he's going to be able to settle and make a run. There's some questionable speed types in here they're going to be sending away at 7 furlongs. I don't know if they're going to get the trip. I think the 10 will. I'm going to use the 2 underneath. Stardust Ziggy goes first time for Greg Wilson. Long-time trainer here. Doesn't run a lot of horses anymore, right? First time gelding, I think improved speed last time. Gets, position early and stays the trip.
Right. I think I was fighting with that horse on and off, but with what this horse competed against last time out, you just have to go. And with the way the track has been playing, I see that. I think Best Choice Baby is going to get a really nice setup with coming from out of the chute. We both go with an 8 underneath as well. Sigmund for Mike Gorham. This one, a little bit on the upswing, finds a fast track today.
I like that. Second time off the claim. The Lasix came off, obviously had to. And now we're going to get the real test going into the new year, how these horses are going to react, the 2-year-olds to 3 with the first-time Lasix. But Sigmund, improved effort. I think, again, has that race at a mile under its belt. I can expect a little bit more improvement. Won't take much for that one to get over the hump today. We'll see, though, if this 10 can sustain that rally again.
Race number 4 starts the stakes action in the Hef Stakes, also starts the Rainbow Pick 6. And, of course, I did not go El Cheapo on my ticket because we've got some tough stakes action coming up at you. So I go 3-7. Of course, I go with Prince of Jericho, but I add Riccio in. Starts in race number 6, so let's actually come back to that in race number 6. Sorry. Let's take a look at Prince of Jericho, that video of Prince of Jericho that we've got for Brittany Russell and Sheldon Russell. A nice promising start last time, both in that maiden breaking score and last time out.
Brittany on a roll. We talked about it. Going to try to be the first female, right, to win year-round title and wins here in Maryland, and she's poised to do it. Tons of live horses to end out the year. Prince of Jericho just getting better and better and better off that debut behind Post Time, the other Brittany Russell star here for the 2-year-olds. This horse took a little bit of a while to switch leads, but once he did, Callie, watch that outside move and just kicks away with plenty left in the tank, ridden out your comment. 11-3, you're looking, well, that time is just kind of okay. That was a solid time. That track was not that fast that particular afternoon on the 19th of November. I love the draw. Coffee with Chris will probably go from that outside. I expect a similar trip. Prince of Jericho, I think, can get it done here, stretching out to 7 furlongs in the Hef Stakes in honor of Arnold Hef. You know, we can talk on and on about the Hefs and Sylvia and the family. Just great people that were involved in racing for a long time here, very successful.
Race number 5 is the Gin Talking Stakes, going 7 furlongs here. Scratch in the number 7. She's so spicy, but that leaves us, Keith, we also have a video spotlight on the number 1 Malibu Moonshine, making that comeback from the Maryland Juvenile Filly effort.
Yeah, she's due for 2, and she's done it both times with a little trouble at the break, right? In debut, bumped and off slow 5 wide, ridden out the comment there here in the Maryland Juvenile Filly. Forced in at the break, had to steady. I think the key for her, you know, she was supposed to run what Maryland Million, did not. They passed on that. Had some issues there with they passed. She gets outside here on this off track. How's she going to take to the fast track? I think that's the really only concern here. She just rolls up 4 or 5 wide to go ahead and makes a move into that good pace to win, going away by 2. So we know she can handle the 7. We know she can handle adversity. She's done it both times with the poor breaks. She should even be sharper today with a cleaner break. Dylan Davis back for the mount. She's going to be tough tonight from the back of the pack. She'll be charging.
Dylan Davis, Angel Cruz has got the call in Malibu Moonshine.
Oh, my bad.
Yep.
I thought he was back. My
we
bad. I didn't get that.
We were thinking of a different, So Angel Cruz, that was the win in the Maryland Juvenile. He's back again. Rail trip is going to be no problem for him again. Keith, you go with that one underneath. But number 4 on the top, Give Me Kisses for Todd Pletcher, Georgie Vargas Jr. Of course, something to just kind of raise your eyes at. I don't really have a reason why I left this horse off of my ticket. I wanted to go a little bit for the hometown favorites. I need to be I have the faith, but I just want to see it. And I think we'll see it. But, again, take it away, Keith.
Yeah, Pletcher doesn't run a lot of horses here. And over the last 5 years, 13 for 37, though, at a 35% strike. He wins every. We know that. Right. 24 for 37, no money with a positive ROI. The 2-year-olds off of those debut wins does well. I liked everything that she did in her debut run. Right. She got a lot of seasoning in that race, was caught wide, moved into it, had to battle and edged away from a horse that had some good figs. I think this horse coming back, and you compare the fields on November the 20th, Morning Line favorite Stonewall Star, I think this race could be, any one of these 4 could be favored. So I think it's going to be really tight for favoritism. I think this group that Give Me Kisses ran against was better than that New York State bred race, stakes race. So I think she's right back here. I think she's out of a mare that was nothing but win early and just kept on winning. I think she won her first 6 races. Give Me Kisses will be in the race early, and I think she can withstand pressure and keep going in here.
Absolutely. You also go with the number 5 underneath. Tappin' Josie, now in the Brittany Russell barn, just claimed off of Jerry Robb, and we know how much success Josie had with Jerry Robb. So it's going to be interesting as you see Brittany Russell 28% with a new horse in the barn as of late.
Again, I think she'll be forward. They don't want to let Stonewall Sue from the outer post go ahead and clear and walk the dog. She had some issues kind of laying a little bit. Unfortunate, the DQ a couple races back. But, man, they must have liked something. It looks like she's moving forward here. I think that they definitely should have taken a shot. She belongs in this race. So highly competitive between the four. Stonewall Star, my morning line favorite. I think this is going to be a real test. She ran great against the boys a couple races back. I mean, the acoustic horses that galloped at Saratoga at 4 to 5 over the summer. So she's run against that last group. I just don't think she's going to have an easy time from, say, the 3/8 of the quarter. We're going to see what she's made of if she can get this 7/8 of a mile against this group.
And that's where I took a chance. It was between the DePaz or the Pletcher horse, and I have all the faith that Give Me Kisses is, as you said, especially with what she did in that first time out. But just taking a chance on that. Race number 6 is a maiden special weight. And this starts off the Rainbow Pick 6, and I don't know if we're able to pull that ticket up. But if we're not, let's carry on with this maiden. Okay, my ticket's bad with a couple of these late scratches that we had. So let's carry on with the maiden special weight. Going 1:16 down the dirt for the 2-year-old fillies. Keith, you land on, I love that you land on the Horacio DePaz one because I just have that one underneath.
I'm going to love it if it wins. I mean, I'm taking a little shot, Callie, here. 7, going to take a ton of play. Diamonds if you do out of that stakes race. You know, just didn't kick on. Her debut was very, very good when she took play into a big field at Keeneland. But take a shot with a little bit of prices. A couple prices I'm going to use in here, the 3 and the 8. Let's talk about the 3 first. By Cairo Prince is Princess Cairo. 12% with the first-time starters, Cairo Prince. And DePaz, profitable angles here. First out, sending them long, first time out. Look at the mare. She was good. 5 for 23, made $140,000. Second down, 1 debut. There's some percentages here. There's some things in the breeding that suggest she should be able to handle first time out. And even a route, looking at the mare, she carried that speed long. Let's see if she can get position with Franco. Right? Is Franco on here? I hope I don't have another miscue on the jockey.
Jaime Rodriguez is on.
Jaime, right? See, there were so many changes here today.
Right. It's easy. That's fine, Keith.
I'll be getting lashes after the show. That's okay.
You won't because there's so much that's gone on as far as these late scratches.
We'll see if she's tied on first time out. I'll take a shot. And talking about the A Creole, looked like a good education kind of race by looking at the comment. Settled, 6 wide upper. Closing late blinkers on. That's an indicator to me that she may want a little bit more ground, and I think second out should benefit.
We'll be right back to talk about the Willa on the move in the 7th, but we're going to have a quick commercial break, and we'll talk about the rest of the card.
We're ready for the start. They're off.
The Willa on the Move stakes going a 6.5 here on the dirt scratch. The 4 Moody Woman scratch the 8 Union Lake. That leaves us both with Fille d'Esprit. Let's go ahead and bring up that video, of course, of Fille d'Esprit just reigning here in Maryland and the Mid-Atlantic. Yeah.
Heading back towards that top of a 98 buyer is her best. But this race, visually, super, super strong at 60 cents to the dollar. Little tougher group today, but man, the way she's kind of handling things right now, it looks like she's heading back to a peak performance. Just cruises up 3 to 4 wide, ridden out to the wire here from the X-Man. I like 6.5 for her. I think it works. I think her position, not a real issue. I think she breaks, she gets position, she'll be able to draft up. She did it a couple races back on Maryland, where she was kind of down inside. She didn't quite pick it up like I thought from the 3/8 of the quarter, but once she got outside, she rolled. She'll get position, and I think she can just keep moving forward and grind out this speed. The extra, 16th of a mile, what's Fouet going to do with speed? Don't let Sweet fool you. Again, what's she going to do? Will she take that rating trip again, or will she try to go with the scratch of Union Lake, who I thought was going to be forward? So interesting from a pace scenario. I got to think the 7 and the 9 are there. I don't want to see swaying to and fro that super close. She was sharp last time in the safely kept. I think she could be maybe a little bit better from just off of it. But, hey, if those other two don't, take the initiative to go outside of her, maybe she does. But Vieda's Free should be tough to deny from just off the pace.
It's going to be tough. We both have that filly on top. Race number 8 is the Dave Friends, which is 6 furlongs here on the dirt. A couple decent scratches. We've got a scratch in the 1-3 Overdeuces, the 3 Wendell Fogg, and the number 9 going to the lead. That leaves us both with Barron on top so far for Butch Reed Jr. Gets Paco Lopez shipping in today for it.
Yeah, Butch Reed with a couple scratches today, unfortunately. I guess going to be running elsewhere. But Barron, I thought, ran particularly well despite the troubled break last time out at Parks as the favorite at 4-5. We're going to go back to a video from the 16th of July here. Muddy surface in the DeFrancis, and I tell you, Barron, just tough as nails, kind of took command. But look at the way, I'd call that the death trap kind of trip, right, Cal? When you're caught in between horses, you would know as a rider.
Yes.
Sometimes it just fries horses. But even you look at our short comment, led in hand. He was comfortable here and handled the pressure and just took off. And looking at some of his other off-track races, a couple okay, but, man, he really took to this track. So proven here, comes back. I like his inside position. We've got the scratch of the 1 and 3. Maybe Karen's Notion just goes ahead and go. We'll see what Barron wants to do. Does he want to kind of secure the inside early by outrunning Karen's Notion? I think he could and handle the pressure. I think he stays the trip.
You've got Paco Lopez. He's sending. He's absolutely sending. You also have the number 10 on the outside, on just underneath, who I have underneath as well. Factored in for Carlos Mencia. Ever since winning the Chaladon, came back and put in some wonderful efforts up in New York.
That's just done a phenomenal job, Carlos Mencia and Michael Sheffries here. And this is the one, boy, if things get a little contested up front, his late kick will be felt. I mean, he can really kind of roll late. Comfortable trip. Did it with ease 3 races back over that sloppy track here. 6 for 10 at Laurel. Sits, can draft in a little bit, and certainly will be firing late. They've got to watch out for the run of Factor. And Jackson Travel, just really good in Maryland whenever he just shows up basically every time he runs here. Pretty much everywhere. Part of that pace flow, he can stay around.
He can definitely do that. You also have the number 5 underneath, which is Savoy. You're on a Mario Saray trip today.
Yeah, that's just kind of a price shot. He's going to have to jump up and really jump up. But that try and exacta, the try in super, I don't know if he can jump in the exacta, but a try in super, he's a user in there today.
Very good. I like the way that's worded and the way you place him into that. Race number 9 is the Carousel Stakes, going 1 mile and an 1/8 on the dirt for the fillies and mares 3 years old and up. Scratch in the number 1 Classic Colors, scratch in the number 5 90% Bryn, and scratch in the 11 Intrepid Dream. That was a big scratch. We had to do just a lot of adjusting. So we both land on Malibu Beauty, of course. Gary Cap and Jaime Rodriguez last time out. They got dogged by the Rudy Rodriguez horse last time out in the 38 Go-Go.
Yeah, my original video was the 11. I like Gary Cap in here. Unfortunately, the 11 scratched. Malibu Beauty, you're thinking a mile and an 1/8. She stayed the trip at a mile and 16th before, right? She's been able to do that.
Yes.
That last time out, she just kind of lost it. That horse went up to battle with her, and it was tough to get the horse to settle. She fought the rider. She came back, made another bid, and just gave up a little bit through the final 1/8 of a mile. She's got one horse to beat to the front of here. She breaks cleanly. That's the horse just to her outside. We'll see what Out of Sorts does.
Right.
If Malibu Beauty can clear, that's going to be the key for me. I think she needs to clear in that opening quarter to relax. I think she can take them wire to wire in here.
She's got the gate speed for it. So I absolutely don't disagree with you in that and seeing that we both. So especially, I'm just looking at the gate speed between Out of Sorts and Malibu Beauty, and Malibu Beauty is certainly can have this well in hand if if Jaime sends, which he will. He's going to send this filly. That's exactly what he did in the Maryland Million Distaff. Going the 7 furlongs, this should be no problem for her. We both also include the number 10 Berate, Shug McGahee, Javian Toledo. Nice efforts coming back to the dirt clearly. Yeah, she's going to have to improve a little bit though to get past Hybrid Eclipse. Hybrid Eclipse, they were right there, kind of together, moving, under urging. At about the 3/8 pole in the 38 Go-Go. Hybrid Eclipse just sustaining and kept on going. And I liked the adversity that Hybrid Eclipse was able to overcome. You saw the break. It was a lunge to start. She was caught wide, and she came even from a little bit further back. That impressed. Visually, that was as good as I've seen her run, to be honest with you. That was a good run for her, the way she kept on charging. She's going to maybe want a little bit more flow contested, but take nothing away. She's
been pretty consistent here for Brittany Russell, and I do think B-Rate's got to improve a little bit to get past her.
This is a filly that loves Laurel. She's 4 for 5 at 4 for 5 in the winner's circle at Laurel. Talking to Sheldon after that last effort in their 38 go-go. Obviously, he didn't expect to do that, so she lunged. She didn't have the best break. Let's do an experiment, and that he was so thrilled and so happy. So this filly is able to do a lot of different, just a lot of versatility. So honestly, what I think is going to happen in Russell's head, they're going to break. They're going to just break and see what happens. Exactly. And wherever she lands, and she's probably going to be happy with it. Race number 10 is the Robert T. Manfuso Stakes, going a mile and 16th on the dirt. Of course, scratch in the 3, riding with Biden. Scratch in the 4, Southern District Strats. The number 6, Cordmaker, scratch the number 9, Eloquist, and the number 12, Monday Morning QB, which leaves us with a bit of 7 horse field. So we are alternate with Our Nation on Parade. Yeah. Let's go ahead and take a look at Our Nation on Parade last time out in the Richard Small Stakes against Armando, the upcoming Armando R.
Yeah, good horse race. Little rematch here from the Richard Small. Our Nation on Parade was able to kind of make that move into a, pretty okay pace. They weren't going real fast, but they picked things up from the half. Our Nation on Parade, he's able to shake clear, but Armando R. for Damon, tremendous claim here, 16,000 patients, and they've got this guy right. He just keeps coming and coming and grinding is going to get up. With these late scratches, with Eloquist kind of being out, with Riding with Biden being out, that is a major assist to the chances of the Our Nation on Parade. So maybe should I flip? I don't know. I'm going to stick with it. Maybe Armando R is just getting that good. He can save a little ground, get some position here with only a couple horses just to his inside, and Our Nation on Parade is probably going to go and work on Dream's got some speed.
Yes.
So we'll see. But the one is going to sit the perfect trip in here again. Claim for 50 obviously wins the Maryland Million Classic in really sharp fashion, continuing good numbers. 1, 5, 5, or 1 to win it with me. Plot the Dots has kind of gotten to that X Factor horse. He jumped back up to being the old Plot the Dots last time. Let's see if he can do it again.
Right, and like you said, with all of these scratches, and the Richard Small Stakes, it was a bit funky in the beginning. The speed wasn't crazy, but everybody was still pressed. There was a lot of pressure early on, all the way up until the 3s, until the whole thing kind of exploded and helped out Armando R a little bit, I thought. So, and I think with Armando R, he was caught American de Oro was caught in that same situation as well. Pressured a little bit early when this one wants to sit back. So it's going to be interesting to see what Laura Lee Glazer does in this race, because I was watching the whole thing and I was like, ooh, feeling the pressure, started asking early. So I feel like we're going to get to see it come from behind with Glazer again.
Good pick up there, Cal. You're right. I got urged inside at the 3/8. It looked like, he didn't look like the same horse that he had been in those couple other races. Like he just wasn't quite comfortable.
He wanted no part of it.
Yeah, and then today, he's got a chance here, I think, to relax maybe just a little bit more, find his focus, and bring a better kick from the 3/8 pole.
Race number 11 to finish up our Christmastide Stakes day is a maiden claiming 45, going 5.5 here on the dirt for the 3, 4, and 5-year-old. Great. I'm in great company with Here and No Further as my top selection, as is yours, Keith. Brittany Russell, Javian Toledo gets the call with this one. We stay at this 5.5 distance for this guy today, especially with some of the speed on the outside coming from behind. I like how it's looking for this one. Exactly.
You've got some Charlestown speed inside. Irish McDougal take charge too. We know is going to be aggressively handled and go out there and last. He's run big, just can't quite get there. But I think they're expecting the 5 to move up. They've moved up fair from the 30 up to the 45. Usually, they're not scared to drop horses, but they want to save this guy a little bit. I think off the race against Supreme Law, that's the key. Supreme Law came back to run that 77 big figure, went second in the allowance for Silliman. So, I think should be able to kind of track and go by late.
So that's going to be our wrap-up here for this Christmastide Stakes action. Wanted to remind you guys that today, of course, we have New Year's Eve Day tomorrow, but we're going to have a calendar giveaway, and I just wanted to highlight that. Supply open while supplies last. So we have a finite number. Get here. The giveaway starts at 12 p.m. just right after that second race, or right before the second race. But get here, go to the grandstand, and get your free 2023 calendar for all of the Maryland racing for next year, Keith. And we're going to head on over to Dave Rodman for some more changes and scratches that we might be seeing.
All right, good luck.